Welcome to Peter and Paul, a quiet corner where hearts find peace and souls rediscover hope. Here we share stories of faith, moments of love, gentle whispers of peace, and the quiet beauty of joy. Whether you're walking through storms or standing in the light, may every word spoken here remind you, you are never alone. Faith will guide you home. Take a deep breath. Open your heart. When life no longer goes as planned, there are mornings when you wake up and don't want to open your eyes. Not because you're lazy, but because you're afraid. Afraid to face another day that feels empty, heavy, and meaningless. Some people once had everything: a home, a loved one, a good job, and suddenly lost it all. Others never seemed to have enough. They lived trying, hoping, believing that tomorrow will be better, yet every tomorrow feels just like today. Life isn't easy. We grow up, stumble, dream, break, and build walls around our hearts. Behind those walls, though, there are hearts quietly cracking, hearts tired of pretending to be strong. And sometimes we ask, if God is real, why does He let me suffer like this? If life has meaning, why does everything feel so hopeless? Those questions are not wrong. In pain, anyone can lose their way and seek a reason for their suffering. But here's the truth few understand. Everything that happens, good or bad, is still held in God's loving hands. The words that can change a life. All things work together for good to those who love God. Romans 8:28. This verse does not promise a life without storms. It doesn't mean that those who love God will never cry or fail. Instead, it whispers something deeper. Even in the storm, God is there. He may not calm every wave, but He teaches you how to sail through it. All things work together for good means that every broken piece of your life, every mistake, every tear, every disappointment is being woven together into a greater design you cannot yet see. Like the backside of a tapestry, messy, tangled, confusing, but when turned around, it reveals a masterpiece. You and I are part of that masterpiece. When pain becomes a teacher. Everyone has fallen. Some lost loved ones. Some lost jobs, relationships, direction, or even faith itself. Some have prayed until words ran dry and still saw no miracle. But pause for a moment. Look back at your journey. Whether you realize it or not, those very wounds have taught you to be more patient, more compassionate, more real. Pain does not come to destroy us. It comes to awaken us, to remind us to stop chasing illusions and return to what truly matters. A flower only blooms after pushing through the dirt. A diamond shines only after pressure. A heart truly loves only after it has been broken. Without darkness, we wouldn't know the value of light. Without storms, we wouldn't cherish calm. Without falling, we wouldn't learn that God was there to lift us up. Everything has a reason. Nothing in life is random. Every event, every encounter has meaning. Some people come to teach you love. Some come to teach you letting go. Some hurt you, so you learn forgiveness. Some leave, so you learn to stand on your own. God never allows anything to happen in vain. Every detail is part of a divine plan far greater than what our minds can grasp. To see it, we need a faith bigger than our fear, a heart that can wait, and a soul that dares to whisper, "I don't understand, Lord, but I trust you are doing good in my life." When life closes a door, sometimes God takes something away, not to punish, but to protect. He closes a door because he knows if you walk further that way, it will hurt you more. He removes a person because you deserve a love that truly stays. He lets you fail because he wants to teach you humility and truth. He allows loneliness so that you can finally hear his voice clearly. Not every blessing looks beautiful. Some blessings come disguised as tears, silence, or sleepless nights. But in those moments, God is shaping your soul, just as a blacksmith shapes steel in fire. Part 6. Faith amid the unseen. Many people say, "I'll believe when I see a miracle." But true faith is believing even when you see nothing. The greatest miracle is not when circumstances change, but when your heart transforms, from despair to peace, from fear to trust. God never promised to remove every pain, but He promised to walk with you through it. That alone is the miracle. Peace comes from within. We often say, "When I have money, I'll be at peace. When I find love, I'll be happy. When I have a stable job, I'll rest." But even when we get all those things, our hearts can still feel empty. True peace does not come from outside. It comes from trust and surrender, knowing that everything is still under God's loving control. Peace is not when the storm stops, but when you learn to sleep peacefully during the storm, because you know who's holding the boat. When all things truly work together. Think back to moments you thought were the end. Then one day, you looked back and realized it was actually a new beginning. A door closed so another could open. A dream died so a deeper purpose could be born. A pain you endured became hope for someone else later. Nothing is wasted in God's hands. All things, good or bad, are working together for good if we place our lives in His love. A message to the lost and weary. If you're listening to this with tears in your eyes, if you feel lost, broken, or useless, please stop for a moment. Take a deep breath and know this: you are still loved, more than you can imagine. It's not an accident that you are hearing these words today. Maybe this is God's gentle whisper, reminding you that He's still waiting, patiently, tenderly, for you to come home. Life may not always make sense, but one truth remains: God never abandons those who love Him. When faith turns pain into blessing. Imagine someone who broke a leg and had to stay in bed for months. At first, they were angry, hopeless, and bitter. But as time passed, they began to reflect, to pray, to change. They learned patience and what truly matters in life. When they could walk again, they didn't just walk with their legs. They walked with a renewed heart. That is what it means when all things work together for good. Nothing is wasted when placed in God's hands. Learning to love in every season. To love God isn't only to pray when life feels good. It's to keep loving, trusting, surrendering, even when you have nothing left. Those who truly love God don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They simply say, "I don't understand, Lord, but I know you're here." That kind of love changes everything. It turns fear into courage, tears into hope, trials into grace, the end or the beginning of a new journey. Maybe today, nothing seems to be changing, but believe this: God is still working in silence. He's still writing your story, line by line, with tireless love. Don't give up. Don't think you've gone too far. Don't think you're unworthy of love. Because even the darkest moments can become the brightest light when we dare to place them in God's hands. Final reflection. Let your heart rest in this truth. Every tear, every wound, every failure, God is gathering them all, so that one day He can hand them back to you, reshaped into a flower called peace. And when that day comes, you will smile gently and say, "Thank you, Lord, because everything that once hurt me was the way you taught me to love and to grow." Final message. No pain is meaningless. No loss is forever. No life is wasted when we choose to love, to trust, and to place everything into the hands of the one who loves us more than we love ourselves. Thank you for sharing this moment with Peter and Paul. May your days be filled with faith that uplifts, hope that shines, love that heals, and peace that stays. If this message touched your heart, please subscribe, share, or leave a prayer in the comments, because every act of love keeps this light shining. Until next time, stay blessed, stay peaceful.